Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today is a brand new day. I just wanted to talk about a good setup for trout fishing for you. Since November 1st, they're going to start stocking trout in some lakes around Missouri here. So we're going to go over what you will need to catch some. First thing I recommend is a spinning combo rod and reel. So this is a spinning setup, what that looks like. You want a real light action rod that's real bendy. It's going to help out quite a bit. I recommend using 2-pound test monofilament for this application. If the water is really clear, fluorocarbon works great. Like if you're going down to Bennett Springs or Montauk, places like that, you'll want to use fluorocarbon. But for our application, this 2-pound test monofilament will work great. 4-pound test will work, and it'll be better for if you do hook into a larger fish, but you'll catch a lot more numbers with this. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is start off with a strike indicator or a small bobber. This is the one that I will be using. It's the 5/8 inch one from Bass Pro. It's made by Cabela's. And you want to start by threading that on with the big end first. Like so. It's real hard to see that 2-pound test. Alright. And then you put the stick in there to stop your line. You don't have to push it in very far, just a little ways. Then I recommend using a micro jig. That's what these are called. They're real tiny marabou jigs, got a small hook in them. This is the 1/64 ounce one. You could use different weights. Just be sure to compensate for that by putting a split shot sinker underneath your strike indicator. So I'm going to go ahead and tie on a micro jig here to get my setup all ready to go. And I'm just going to use a improved clinch knot. You could use any knot that you want. Tying 2-pound test with cold fingers is not a simple task. Probably can't even see the line in what I'm doing here. Okay. Alright, so that's what it'll look like. You'll have your strike indicator. And about 2 foot below it is where I'll start. You'll have your little tiny marabou jig. Okay. A couple more things I would like to go over before we go on our little fishing trip here is that you need to have your drag set really light on your reel. You want to be able to pull out the line with your thumb and your pinky. You want it to come out real lightly, otherwise you're going to end up losing a lot of fish. Also, you don't need to set the hook very hard either. It's not like you're fishing for bass and thick cover. It's not like you're fishing for sharks. You really don't even have to set the hook. If you reel in real quickly, you're just looking to keep tension on the fish at all times. Okay. A couple of rules for the conservation department here that we need to go over. Obviously, be sure that if you are 16 or older, you need a fishing license, a resident fishing license. For trout fishing, after November 1st, I believe the 1st all the way to February, you're only allowed to use flies, artificial lures, and unscented soft plastic baits. So you can't use live bait, you can't use dough bait. That changes after February. Okay. Also, it is catch and release only, so anything that you do catch needs to go back in the water unharmed immediately. And a recommendation for that, what I do is I like to wet my hands before I handle the fish. That way it protects the fish's slime coat. Keeps them from getting infections. All right, I believe that's everything. We'll see you guys soon. Thanks for watching.